Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here for the second time tonight to Virtual Racing Network. Tonight here for round two, race number 3. We are here with the Northwest Truck Series from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Next week is the season finale as we will crown a champion. But that's all the racing details we're going to get into here. For now, we're going to get into more coming up here in just a moment. Before we do, we need to thank the sponsors that have made this season possible. Of course, here ourselves at Virtual Racing Network came on board to sponsor this series this year. And we're just a little sponsor. This series would not be here if it was not for Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm. Make sure you check them out at wallsbeardco.com for all your beard product needs. Of course, if you have a beard, you need to check them out. All natural and organic products. So make sure you check them out. And they're also playing double duty as a sponsor here for VRN as well for 2018 and now 2019. So definitely make sure you check them out. Also, make sure you check out Northwest Racing Series, the series we are covering here tonight. If you're looking to get into the series and you are part of the Northwest Club here on iRacing, you can do so by just looking them up on iRacing. RaceOnTexas.com. A big shout out to them for coming on board here recently, and we are glad to have them on board. We'll be partnering up with them for some dirt events, so big shout out to them. SimSpeedShop.com, your one-stop shop for custom-made button boxes and e-brakes. Make sure you check them out. And also, if you have not subscribed, make sure you do. When we hit 2,500 subscribers here on the channel, we will be giving away one of their button boxes. So make sure you are subscribed to get one of those possibly. iPog, iRacing Broadcast Overlay Graphics, your sim race broadcast graphics source. If you're looking to get into broadcasting or just need some overlays, make sure you check them out at ibog.co. And of course, last but not least, RaceCore Online Racing League. If you are an iRacer here and you can race clean and want to have a good time, check them out at RaceCoreOnlineRacingLeague.com to get involved with that league. Today we will be covering them here shortly on Sundays, as that series does start back January 17th, so stay tuned for that. That being said, we have 17 minutes left here before we get into qualifying, so we're going to jump right into it. We have some drivers here, so we're going to talk to some of them that are in the chase coming into tonight's race. One of those being Chris White, so we're going to see if we can get a word in with him real quick. Chris White, you got a copy?
I got you, Charles. What's going on?
Well, we got you here real fast before this race starts. Coming into tonight's race, you were sitting in 6th place, currently 13 points out of the lead. I believe it's 13 points out of 5th. So, you've got a little bit of work ahead of you here tonight. We're starting to see this field fill in here as we're getting a few more drivers, so that should be a little easier on you. Knowing that you are behind here coming into the race, what is the mindset? And obviously, you need a good finish, so what are you going to do to go about getting that finish you need here tonight and possibly the win?
Well, like you said, needing a good finish, that kind of means a win. I think I'm in a position where I need to win to advance, and so there's a little bit of pressure on. But I'm just taking this as another race in the season, and just going to go out there and do my best. Looks like we have a pretty solid truck under us here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and running pretty strong here through practice. And I just got to go out and give it my best, hit my marks, and like I've said many times before, just don't make mistakes. And if the win's meant to be, it'll be meant to be.
Well, definitely. I don't remember where it all shook out last season and what round you made it to, but you're here in the final round, of course, or next to the final round before the final four. So, with any luck, you'll be in that Final Four. Again, a win is a big piece of that here. Would definitely lock you in. That's the ultimate goal. So, we want to talk about that championship round. If you do get the win or get locked in on points, what is the mindset going into the Final Four race, knowing that it is all on the line, one race, there's not a series to go through?
Well, first and foremost, it's the race right here ahead of us tonight. I was fortunate in my first season with the Northwest Racing Series to make the championship round on both sides with the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series. It certainly would be nice to do that again this time around. I think we're looking pretty good on the Xfinity side, but we've got an uphill here tonight in the truck side to make it in. Like I said, we're going to need the win, looks like, and we have a truck to do it. Maybe we just need some help. Maybe we need some issues or problems from the other guys that are running up front. But if we make it in, certainly next week, it's winner takes all, or the highest of the top four will take the championship, and it would certainly be great to win that championship.
Well, definitely would. And we know you got some shout-outs and sponsors that are on that car, so who would those be here for getting you to this final race here in the second round of this chase?
Well, the 00 Chevy Silverado with SimStar Motorsports, second season here with Northwest Racing Series. As always, staying in the fight, week in and week out, doing our best. I got to thank you, Charles, with VRN Virtual Racing Network. As always, excellent broadcast, or excellent to go back and watch. And I got to thank Walls Beer Co., Mark Walls, with his assistance in putting this series on. It's an excellent series to be a part of. A lot of fun to race. It gets frustrating at times, but that's racing, and we're at it again tonight, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. I'm here to shoot for the win and try to make that championship round next week.
We'll definitely be watching you here tonight. So hopefully it all goes well for you. But again, congrats on making it this far, and hopefully we'll be talking to you later tonight.
I certainly hope so, Charles. I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, again, that was the 00 of Chris White, and we are going to get the opposite end of the spectrum in here real fast. As we're going to get Jeff Stabnow in here. Complete opposite ends here, folks. So you have Chris White in 6, and obviously Mark Walls is technically the end, but he's already locked in. We don't want to talk to him. He's locked into this thing. We want to talk to Jeff Stabnow, who is here with us now. So, Jeff, welcome to the booth. We just talked to Chris, who really needs a perfect night here and possibly the win to get in here based on the fact that he is a little behind coming in. However, other than Mark, who's in, you're sitting in second place, not in a bad spot. Obviously, in the top 4 where you need to be. So he needs a win. What do you really need? Obviously, you want the win, but what do you just need to lock that top 4?
Well, it's hard to say. If Chris wins this race, that obviously changes things. I've only got 3 points on, I think, Sean. So if Chris were to win, then I've got 3 points on Sean. I don't know how many more, a couple more on Josh Coley, not much, or maybe vice versa. So I really honestly think in order to ensure that I get in, a podium finish would probably, even if one of those guys won, I think I'd be in with a podium finish. I think a top 5 is pretty safe, even if one of those guys win. And if basically one of those guys, we know that Brian Barnes isn't going to be here today. So if Chris wins, I think with a top 5, I'm probably in. With the podium, I think I'm definitely in. And then, if Chris doesn't win, just a solid top 10 finish. Keep this thing in one piece, finish the race. Don't do something that's been laps down. And, on a track like this, that's easier said than done. It's pretty easy to have a mistake, on pit road or something that puts you lap down.
It definitely is, and while we have about 10 and a half minutes, we know you got a driver's meeting to get to, so we have to bring this up. We we don't always like bringing up the tough questions, but we always ask, what is the order in team, even though we know there's no team order. Hopefully everybody that's watching tonight watched last week's race. when Mark and Jeff literally tried to destroy each other on the racetrack out there. So we know for a fact now, and all the fans out there watching know there is no pecking order here. And that being said, we're talking about a 3-point gap between you and Sean. If it came down to where the scenario where you two are a little further back in the field and it was between you two, how intense is that going to be between you and Sean's bridesman back there?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you saw last week, right? Mark didn't need to win. He was already locked in. I honestly didn't need to win. I just needed a good, solid finish. And here's Mark and I wrecking each other, slamming in each other, tearing each other's trucks up a couple times, fighting for the lead. So, the competitor kind of takes over, and even us teammates get into it and with each other on the track. So there's certainly no team orders. You never want to wreck a teammate, especially with this much on the line. But when that green flag drops, the fast guys are all just fierce competitors. Sean, Mark, whatever, and myself sometimes too. Logic just doesn't win. So if Sean and I are fighting for the win, knowing that if either one of us gets it, we're safe. Who knows? It could get interesting. I think we'd try not to kill each other, but I make no promises.
Oh, and for the ones out there that don't know Jeff here as well as we do at VRN, he's the guy we go to for the logical answers. So to hear him say logic goes out the window is almost like blasphemy to hear it come from you. So it is everything. Everything's out on the table. It's just a race. That is what it comes down to. It's a championship on the line. And short of flat out wrecking your teammate, it's going to come down to who can just outdrive the other one and outlast them on the track. But we know you got some sponsors and shout-outs, so who would those be here for the 2018-19 season?
Yeah, first of all, just to summarize that, Charles, we're competitors first, and this is a race. It's hard to have that long picture view. We'll try, but no promises. As far as sponsors and shout-outs, it's always Virtual Racing Network. You're just constantly improving. You're always working hard to put on a better broadcast, Charles, and to be a partner with you and all the work that you put in, not just on VRM, but even helping us with the league and things. I can't thank you enough having you be part of the team here. And then, of course, Walls Beard Co. I say it every week, and I wish I had something else to say, but two facts are true. Number one, we wouldn't be here without them. Number two, their products are great and affordable. So, great, affordable products and make this sim racing possible for us. So, what else can you say? Other than maybe Walls Beard Co.'s owner could let me win one, dang it.
Maybe he's out there listening. Maybe he'll let it happen. Probably not. I don't think it's built in him. Again, that competitor going to come out. But, with any luck, we'll be talking to you later tonight in the top 3. Podium finish would be a good one. A win would be even better.
Yeah, 10-4, Charles. You have a good one, buddy.
Mm-hmm. All right, again, that was the 24 of Jeff Stab. Now, we got about 6.5 minutes left on the clock. We may talk to one more driver before this is all said and done. Actually, you know what? Points won't take too long. Let's go ahead and pull Mark down here real quick and see if he is able to chat with us here for just a moment. We just want to ask him one or two very simple questions. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and pull the point standings up on to the screen here for you so you can see while we wait to see if we can talk to Mark Walls here. You see Mark Walls is your race leader by 206 points because he is locked in. Jeff Stab now 206 points out. Of course, Sean Brightsman top 3 for their team right now, 209 points out. And, of course, then you have Josh Coley, 211. Brad Barnes, 217, who we know is not going to be here. And then Chris White, 230 points out. He is here tonight. He has an uphill battle if he wants to manage to get to the lead here. He needs a win. That is really his one kind of saving grace if he can get that win. It's really his only hope here tonight, unless something drastic happens for the rest of these drivers. We're going to leave those points up here for just a minute. We're going to let you look over those here for the rest of the top 20. We're going to go see if we can get a hold of Mark, and we will be right back here in just under a minute. All right, we are back here real fast. We were just having to clarify one thing real fast. And, of course, we have another one of our chase drivers in here. And by all means, I don't even know if I can call you a chase driver, Mark. More like a lead driver, as everyone else is chasing you right now. You've won the last 2 races here in round 2 of the chase. And you're going for 3 here tonight. To my knowledge, I don't know since we've been here broadcasting that anybody has won 3 races in a round, or all 3 races in a round. To do that, if you could do that and set a record, what kind of feat would that be?
Oh, that would be huge, especially going into Homestead. That's just big momentum.
Yeah, definitely is. Homestead is a little bit of a different track, the way it's shaped and everything. So we're not going to talk about this race as much as we are Homestead while you're here. We'll give you another minute or so before we let you go. But how has Homestead treated you in the past, and what do you just overall think about that track? Is again, it's more of a rectangle than it is an oval.
Yeah, no, I haven't ran too good at home. It's going to be a track that we're going to have to work for, but definitely carrying any kind of momentum like we have, we shouldn't have too many problems, and it's going to be exciting running that Final 4.
It definitely is, and we're looking forward to covering all of that racing action coming up here next week. Before we take a little bit of a break, which we've already established everybody is looking forward to. And I'm like pleasantly surprised we got 15 drivers here. So, based on points, this could potentially shake things up a little bit. Depending on where everyone finishes. Not for you. You're locked in. So we'll let you go. But first, before we do, we know you got some sponsors and shout-outs. So who are those?
Yeah, we got to thank Walls Beard Co., thank VRN, and Wicked Chassis.
Well, definitely some great sponsors. We'll let you go. And again, same as the other 2 drivers. With any luck, we'll be talking to you later on tonight.
All right. Thanks, Charles.
All right, again, that was this time the 48 of Mark Walls. Again, we've given you a chance to check over those point standings, so we're going to go ahead and get those off your screen. We have a minute 44 to go, so we're going to step away here for the national anthem, and when we come back, it will be time for qualifying coming up next.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as qualifying is officially underway here. 15 minutes on the clock for qualifying. That is an awfully lot of time here for qualifying, but we're going to go ahead and put it up more than they're typically we're used to seeing them run, so we'll see. I know we saw some open qualifying the other day, and that was not intended. However, it did work out for them as it was nice. We'll see. It doesn't look like they're going to do it here again tonight. As watching Ryan Maines out on the track, so we'll go ahead and pull up your driver bar here as he is on his first warm-up lap. So we're going to have plenty of time for everyone to come out on this track as our track temp is 84 degrees. Keep in mind that coming into this race, when we got here, when we pulled in the gate to this race, your track temp was 99 degrees. It has dropped significantly to 84 degrees. We'll see if that's going to go up. I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to decrease more than it is increase. That's the trend that it's been doing. So we'll see. Ryan Maines about to complete his first of 2 laps right now, as he does do so and puts in a 28.837, as he will be your pole sitter right now, and he's going to bring it to a stop. Let's check over to Josh Coley, who puts in a 28.925. We'll see what the next time is going to be. Steve Silstad on the track right now, but I think it's going to be Doug Hunt is going to be the next one to put a time in. We'll see it's either that or Jason Hunt. Chris White getting strapped into his machine, and Doug Hunt's going to slow it down. So we'll switch over to Jason Hunt, as this is lone qualifying here tonight, and his first lap will be... We'll see. That may have been his warm-up lap right there. It looks like it was indeed his warm-up lap. So we'll check back over with Steve Silstad in that number 45 machine here tonight, as he's doing a fantastic job. He's been missing here for a while. He's been having to work early in the morning, working for the post office, but he is back racing once again. We'll second the times he's going to put in. So far, nobody has, but there's Jason Hunt with a 28.921. Steve Silstad right behind him with a 28.944.023 seconds behind him. We'll see who the next one is going to be. It looks like it's probably going to be Chris White, as there you see him coming out of turn 4, coming to the Sylvania flag stand here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and it is going to be a 28.912 to put him in third place, about where he was in practice, as another solid time for him. We'll see where he stacks up when it's all said and done. John Ottenbacher currently 29.002 for 6th place time, as he is sitting there on his second lap. This time as he comes into turn 3, and he'll be going into turn 4 right there. Coming out of turn 4, we'll see when he gets to the line right about there. It will be a 28.962. He'll still be in 6th place though, but a little bit faster. Take a look, Dana Rogers in the 07 machine out on the track right now. A little bumpy, and this track you have to be very careful for getting into the wall. There is like a spot on this wall. If you get to it, it will catch you, and it is not pretty when it does. 29.447 for Dana Rogers. A little bit off the pace, but we'll see how he does here tonight. Stacking up against the rest of this field. Brett Johnson out on the track here at the moment in that number 7 machine. So another driver we're going to be looking for to see how he does. And I saw an Anthony in chat here tonight. If that is the Anthony that is here in the race, I know you're on the track right now, so you may not be able to hear this. But if that is the Anthony that is in the race, do please if you can, give us a spelling, kind of like a spelled out of how to pronounce your last name so we do not mess it up here. That is the last thing we want to do, is mess up your name here. So we'll definitely be looking to see if you do get that in chat for us, if it is. But Brett Johnson, 28.847, takes it to second place. What a time here for the 7 of Brett Johnson. And the one we were talking about here is the 15, a brand new driver here to the series. Has some damage, looks like, to that truck. Again, our best guess here is Anthony Richmuth as our best guess at that. Hopefully we can get a clarification on that from that driver, if that is them in chat. But 9th fastest right now with a 104, but they do have damage, so that is not going to be a very accurate assessment of their speed. So we'll be looking to see if they are doing a little bit better in the actual race. We got 9.5 minutes left. Sean Brightsman coming out on to the track now. Again, you have to stay below that yellow line until you get right there, and then you're free to go full speed. You can technically go full speed before, but you got to be careful not to go above that yellow line. If you do, and you pass or above that yellow line before you officially get to the blue cone and that line, you will be penalized and get a black flag. As right there, we'll start lap number 1 here for the 46 of Sean Brightsman. We'll see what his time will be. This is his first official lap. We'll just have to wait and see what kind of time it will be for him, as we expect to see a fairly decent time for him. We know he's fast always, and we're about to find out right there as he crosses the line. 28.759. That will put him at the top of the charts by .078 over Ryan Maines. Interesting enough here with 8 minutes to go. So far, Mark Walls, Ray Fournier, Jeff Stabnow, and Brian Bennett have not even strapped into their car yet. Doug Hunt is sitting at the end of pit road, but has not technically put in a lap. He has come out on the track, as these guys are waiting till the last minute to go ahead and put their laps in, as Mark Walls straps in, and now he's going to come out on to the track. Sean Brightsman, though, still holding the pole with a 28.759. Oh, again, hopefully we'll be able to get a hold of Anthony, if that is him in chat, to get a kind of a spelling out of that last name, so we make sure we do not mispronunciate it. We're going to do the best we can, but Mark Wall's going to bring it to a stop. Jeff Stabnow, however, his teammate, is going to come out onto the track now, so we'll see what kind of time Jeff Stabnow will put in. Sitting second in the points, 206 points out, and he's going to shut it down as Mark Walls. I'm not sure. He barely may have got that out in time, as he was very close to the yellow line before he officially came past the blue cone. So we'll see. It looks like he will be able to continue on. He would have pulled it over by now. Right there, lap number 1 is underway. What will his time be? I'm sure it'll be in the top 3, possibly even pole, but he'll have to top his own teammate with a 28.759. The only 28.7 time here was set by Sean Brightsman in the 46 machine. The question is, can his teammate beat him here? Can either one of his teammates beat him, as he is coming out of turn 4 for the 48 of Mark Walls. And at lap number 1, 28.811, not going to happen. He's going to go to second place, though, as he still has one more lap in him. Jeff Stabnow currently on lap number 1, as he is coming into turn 3 right here. Now to turn 4. He's going to come out of turn 4. As you can see, the flag stand right there. His first official lap will be a 28.584. What a lap for Jeff Stabnow, as he takes the pole from his teammate Sean Brightsman and Mark Walls. He passes them both a 28.584. That is a blistering fast lap around this track, as he just waxed the floor with his own teammate here, qualifying by .174. What a outstanding lap, as we now have Brian Bennett coming out onto the track in that number 71 machine. Ray Fournier and Doug Hunt have not come out yet, so this will probably be one of our last drivers to come out on to the track. We'll see what kind of time he's going to put in. If he's going to coast around 90 miles an hour, he is just trying to start at the back of this field, so we won't even report in on that time. It will pop up on your screen here in just a minute, but he is opting to stay at the back by running that. Interesting enough, Josh Coley did qualify 6th fastest with a 28.890, so he did qualify, which we do not always see, so that is very interesting for him. We'll see. He is indeed going to hold it right about 90 miles an hour here. Probably around first or second gear, just so he can put in the time. And that is going to do it right as he crosses the line. Qualifying is over. They ended a little bit early here, as they ran it about 10 minutes. But we'll see. It is going to be Jeff Stabnow that is starting on pole here for tonight. Let's go ahead and get down to your Walls Beard Co. Starting grid, row 1 is going to be the 24, Jeff Stabnow. Row 2 is going to be the 46 of Sean Breitzman. Row 2 is going to be the 48 of Mark Walls and the 13 of Ryan Maines. Row 3 is going to be the 7 of Brett Johnson and the 33 of Josh Coley. Row 4 is going to be the 00 of Chris White and the 12 of Jason Hunt. Row 5 is going to be the 45 of Steve Silstad and the 89 of John Ottenbacher. Row 6 is going to be the 07 of Dana Rogers and the 15 of Anthony Richmuth. Again, hopefully that is the correct pronunciation of that name. Row 7 is the 71 of Brian Bennett and the 26 of Ray Fournier. And rounding out the field here in row 8 is going to be the 49 of Doug Hunt. That will do it here for your Walls Beard Co. starting grid, as we are going to go ahead and drop down to the track to get this race started. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight for our second broadcast of the night. Of course, I am Charles here in the booth by myself tonight, still trying to find that second commentator to join us here in the booth for the late night. Just haven't quite found it yet. The season is coming to an end, so we have done this entire season single-handedly in the booth, but we've enjoyed every single minute of it, as of course the season comes to an end next Wednesday night. So double duty one more time here, as we have the Upper Edge Racing early with some heat racing, and then of course we come right over here at 10:30 for some truck racing next Wednesday night for the championship round. But we want to thank everybody for tuning in that's here with us, whether you're on the 1080p Facebook page or if you're on the ultra high definition YouTube side of things. Welcome, and thanks for tuning in with us here tonight as we're about to get this thing started for not the last time, but next to the last time, as we will be done here in just 1 week after tonight. And then we'll take a break and come back. The green flag is in the air here for the Walls Beard Co. 125 is with the top three on there, and we have no fastest lap or lead changes yet, but that will be changing as we get through this race. We'll see who the fastest lap is going to be. Let's look at the battles going on back here. Oh, Sean Breitzman gets turned around already. No caution so far as he's hung into the fence. No caution is out, and we have Chris White involved as well. Ryan Maines in it. So no caution coming out. Sean Breitzman is hung into the fence. We're going to need a safety crew out there to get them unhung. Let's go back and take a look here, as a caution did not come out for this. We need to find out exactly what happened here to Sean Breitzman. As you're watching him right here, something went wrong. But the question is, what was it that caused all of this? As Oh, a shot to the back bumper right there. Round he goes. Ryan Main's involved. How in the world did Chris White get involved in this? I'm not even sure how that happens. But regardless, here we're going to go back to live as we're back up to the front. Jeff Stabnow leading this race. Mark Walls behind him. Josh Coley a little ways behind him. As that was a very interesting here on lap 1. We didn't even complete a lap, and already chaos ensuing for Sean Brightsman and Chris White, 2 of our chase drivers coming in to tonight. Just to give a heads up, Chris White was already having an uphill battle, and here he is sitting now in 13th place. Sean Brightsman having the tow, so that is good news for Chris, bad news for Sean, as he could potentially get by him here in the point standings. With Brian Barnes not going to be here, Chris pretty much already has 5th place locked in, and now with Sean Brightsman on pit road, well, technically out of pit road now. There you see him coming around. He's going to be back onto the track, but he is now 2 laps down with that damage, as he opted not to use his fast repair yet. Surprisingly enough, still has quite a bit of damage on that truck, but not the best case scenario. He did not want that to happen this early in the race, period. He didn't want to happen at all. But unfortunately it did, and no caution came out. They were off the track. Ryan Maines going down pit road. He goes a lap down. There's your race leader right there, the 24 of Jeff Stabnow, who started first. He's in first, and that's the lowest he's been so far. But we only have 6 laps out of the 125 laps to go. Definitely some bad luck here for 2 of our chase drivers, and we don't even get a chance to talk to them because of the fact that it didn't bring out a caution. But Sean Brightsman, you can see there, is conceding another lap to let his teammates and the leaders go by, as he knows he's got a damaged car. He's not going to be in contention with him. But keep in mind, we go to Sean Brightsman and pull up his information. He started second. He's in 15th now, 3 laps down. That is just worst case scenario for him. Chris White somehow manages to stay on the lead lap. He did not come down pit road. I don't think he actually got any damage out of that, but he did lose quite a bit of momentum. So while he may not have lost any actual or damage, but I do see some to the back. So he did receive a little bit of damage, but not near to the extent that Sean Brightsman did or Ryan Maines. So unfortunate early in this race to be having problems for these guys. But there's your front of the pack, and you can see just how loose that 46 is right now as he comes around the corner and almost spins it out there, is what it looked like anyway. Just a very bad case for him. And it looks like we got Nathan Davis in chat. Haven't seen you in a long time, and yeah, we got the late night broadcast going on here tonight, as right now it is some truck racing from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, 128 miles, as we have 125 laps on the books. We've completed 10. Had a big incident there on lap 1, but no caution coming out for it here, as it's getting a little darker here, so it'll be a little more difficult to see, as those lights probably won't come on. I don't think we're going to get that dark here, but we'll see. Let's go back and take a look here to Josh Coley, who has Ryan Maines in the 13 right behind him. Keep in mind, Ryan Maines is 2 laps down here at the moment. He's not in contention to pass the 33, but still is all over his back bumper, as Ryan Maines is not a slow truck here. We'll pull that up as we're watching the 13. Started 4th. He's in 14th right now, 2 laps down because of that incident, but uses fast repair, so he definitely has a very fast truck. Just an early incident caused that as they come to the flag stand to start lap number 12 of 125. So it will not be long. At roughly 2 laps a minute, we will be at less than 100 laps to go here for tonight's event. Well, definitely we want to thank everybody for tuning in, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the ultra high definition over there on YouTube side of things. We definitely strive to bring a top quality broadcast for you, and we definitely hope you enjoy it. We're going to go a little ways back here. Look at this group going on. You have Brian Bennett, Steve Silstad, two drivers that have not been here in quite some time, battling side by side here for currently 8th position and doing a fantastic job of it at that. These two are just not giving up, trying to gain every position. Dana Rogers in the 07 taking it to the bottom, and Dana Rogers will actually, well, no, not get Brian Bennett at the line, but did have Brian Bennett in the corner. Just couldn't quite hang on to the pass to officially complete it. So we'll see if he's able to do it here shortly, but right now not quite able to. So we'll take a look back to the front here, as that is the newcomer that's slowing down on the track there. So again, Anthony Richmuth, hopefully that is the correct pronunciation of that name. We do not want to get it wrong, but unfortunately we might be. So we're going to have to go with what we can. Is Richmuth with a silent E is what we're hoping it is. But he pulls out of the way, lets the leaders by. He's now 1 lap down. Chris White is on the backstretch, and as soon as he enters the turn right there to turn 3, there's your leaders in the next turn. So they're not too close. Chris White still potentially could lose a lap, but I don't think they're that close. But Sean Breitzman, however, currently 3 laps down. So worst case scenario for Sean Breitzman is this is the last thing he needed, was to be laps down in this race, especially early in the race. But that is the good news, is we're still early in this race. Alright, so that had a cough fit going on. We do apologize for that. Right now, you're watching the 24 being run down by the 48. 2 teammates right there. Josh Coley being pushed along by the 13 of Ryan Maines, who's actually not on the lead lap, but those two working together quite well considering how fast Ryan Maines is in here. Then you'd have to go back to Brett Johnson, who is trying to work past Sean Breitzman. Again, not on the same lap. Sean Breitzman several laps down. Right behind Brett Johnson is the 12 of Jason Hunt, and he's running him down. We may have a pass for a 4th position if Jason Hunt can get by Brett Johnson. So far, caution free here tonight. This is kind of what we somewhat predicted. We didn't expect to see too many cautions because this track has such a big runoff, as you saw on lap 1. Where Sean Breitzman unfortunately was involved in an incident just early in the race. So, you know, it does stink, but it does happen from time to time that you can potentially get in there and get off the track area before anything can happen. And it definitely stinks, but it's part of racing. It can happen. We'll see. We maybe take another look at that later on. And Mark Walls has the fastest lap right now on lap 3 with a 28.910. That's not anywhere near what Jeff Stabnow set during qualifying with a 28.5. So 0.4 off. So there is definitely a lot of difference in the speeds now than they were doing earlier. And we also want to point out that the track temp is a lot cooler. When we came here earlier this afternoon, this track was 99 degrees. It is now 83 degrees. It is actually dropping in temperature the longer we go into this race. So even though they are laying down heat into the track, the air temp going down, the sun going down, is actually changing the track for the cooler. It's not adding the heat that they want into the track. It's actually cooling it down, which is going to give them a little bit more grip It's not going to be a slick out there as Mark Walls goes for the lead. And he will have it. Mark Walls, your new leader. Can he officially hold it at the line? He does. He gets by him. Now he's just going to hold him off at the line. If Mark Walls can lead this race and win it, it will be 3 in a row. He will win all 3 races here in the chase in the round 2. And that is his goal. Jeff Stabnell, we talked to him, his goal to have a decent finish. Obviously, he wants to get the win. And we've said it over and over again, there is no pecking order between those two. And the other two, Sean Brightsman and John Ottenbacher, when it comes to getting a win or how you race each other for these guys, as it's clear enough if you were here last week, you saw the 48 and the 24 basically kill each other's trucks here. And they are not going to settle down anytime soon. There are a lot of cars that are trucks out here that do have Walls Beard Go on them, as they are the pretty much title sponsor for this series. There are quite a few out here that do not. You got the 12, the 7, a couple of them do. The ones you're seeing up front are teammates, so they definitely are. But there are quite a few out here that are not. They're just further back. Yes, Walls Beard Co. being the title sponsor, a lot of these guys out here do have them on the truck. And, of course, speaking of sponsors, if you are looking to sponsor anything out there, for any companies out there or listening in, VRN and Northwest Racing Series are always looking to partner with new companies to help gain them a little exposure. So if there are any companies out there listening, you can hit us up on the Northwest Facebook page, or you can hit us up at Virtual Racing Network on Facebook, or just at virtualracingnetwork.net, as we are always open to new partnerships as we are signing them on for 2019. Let's go back here and take a look to Sean Brightsman, who is still trying to hold on to that third lap down. He's 2 laps down, but he wants to hang on to that. So he would love to be able to get those back if a caution was going out. But right now, I'm just not seeing that going to happen. Doug Hunt coming down pit road. He has to back up. That's going to cost him even more time on pit road. Mark Walls, still your race leader. All right, well, we will chat with you later there. Jason from iBog, thanks for the work on the overlays. And we will definitely be checking those out here, as we haven't had a chance to play with them. But big shout out for everyone out there here tonight. I know we got quite a few people out there as late as it is. So we're glad to have everyone here. We also have some people on the Facebook side, so thanks for tuning in there tonight as well. But really, if you go through this field there, you see everyone is pretty much spread out at the moment. Jason Hunt's got some serious damage to that number 12 machine, as the caution does come out. And we'll see. I'm not sure. Whoever it was got it straightened out pretty quick. Let's take a look. We knew he was there. Ryan Mays back on the track, so whoever brought the caution out managed to get it going very quickly here, as there's nobody off pace. Let's just go back and see if we can take a look here and see what might have happened. Oh, there you go, Ryan Mays in the 13. Let's go back a little further and take a look and see what happened here to the 13 of Ryan Mays to bring out the caution here for the first time on lap 31. Let's see, this looks like maybe the wall. Yep, the wall does play a factor. Nice job of spinning it around, barely clips the outside wall with the back of the truck. A nice save for the 13 of Ryan Mays. But again, caution is out, as we are set to come down pit road. No surprise that everybody is coming down that's on the lead lap. And we'll see how this shakes up. Will Mark Walls maintain the lead, or will we see Jeff Stabnell pass him here? Again, we'll talk to one of these drivers here, maybe Josh Coley, One of them we'll talk to. Just depends on who it comes out in front and how this pit stop goes for them. As it looks like, for the most part, everyone's going to have a pretty solid stop. We'll see the 24 already revving. You can see the flames coming out the exhaust. They're getting them revved up and ready to go. As it's going to be Jeff Stab now that manages to beat him out barely, but he does beat him off pit road. So as soon as he is set to go, we're going to talk to him, and we'll do some crank it up as well once we get all said and done. But let's go to Jeff Stab now, as we're going to go on board with him real quick, and let's pull him in and get him on the radio, see if we can chat with him for just a moment. Jeff Stab, now you got a copy.
I got you.
Well, you beat your teammate off the pit road, so you came in, and obviously you wanted to beat him out. So how important, we know pit road is important, as obviously throughout this year you've been plagued with penalties on pit road, but how important was it to beat Mark Walls off pit road just now?
Oh, I think it was pretty darn important. I had a little inside information. I knew he had to work on his pedals, so I knew if I was in and out of there quick, I had a chance to beat him. So that was kind of nice knowing that. But even with that, he dang near got me. So he's not just a driver; he's an athlete, I guess. But no, it's important. I really just need a good, solid finish tonight, and it's a lot easier to finish if I'm not back in traffic. Out here leading feels like a lot safer place to be. Especially when everybody's on fresh tires and faster. Once we start getting spread out, that's a different story. But on fresh tires, I want to be out front.
Well, we didn't get a chance to talk to Sean, but we knew we wanted to talk to you because of that pit stop there. That was a crucial moment there, especially with less than 100 to go. But give us a rundown. What is going through the mind here of Sean real quick as he's a couple laps down before we let you go?
Yeah. You know, we've tried to ask him, but he's just calm, cool, and collected right now and said, don't let him mess with you guys. I got my race under control. Don't worry about it. I think he's something like 3 laps down, and until we can get a couple more cautions and get him back on the lead lap here, there's not a lot he can do to worry about. So he's pretty calm, though.
Well, that is his way. We're not going to get to the shout-outs. We're letting you go, and we'll get you here in a minute.
All right, 10-4. Thanks, Charles.
All right, we had to let him go there as they are getting ready to get this thing going here. So we're going to go off the onboard camera as we are going to go to the static TV here as we're going to go crank it up when they go green. So we are going to go silent on the mic. We'll come back here in a few laps after a little crank it up here on VRN. Caution is out, and we're back on the camera. Let's go to Mark Walls, as that's who the caution was for. Let's go back and take a look what brought this caution out. As Mark Walls involved in it. Did he spin it, or did he have help? He's kind of all by himself except for his own teammate, and there, self-spin goes around Mark Walls. It goes around. What a save, though. He won't go a lap down. Those tires are going to be nice and toasty after that. As Mark Walls in that 48 machine running second, just self-spins all by himself there. And so that will put him back from second to 11th here in tonight's race. And I don't know if he's going to come down pit road. We're going to wait and find out. If he does, we won't talk to him just yet. If he doesn't come down pit road, we will get a quick word with him. as he's going to have some really slick tires out there. And see what just happened there is it looked like it just broke loose. And he is indeed going to come down pit road here. So we'll let him get his pit stop out of the way, and then we'll pull him in and chat with him real quick and figure out just what happened there. And obviously I don't think it's going to affect him too much as he'll fight his way back through this field. But the back of the field is not where you want to be. Is it just a bad case scenario there? Maybe just got loose, overdrove it. We'll find out here momentarily as he is currently sitting on pit road. And it looks like he is going to be stuck there for just a minute. There he goes. Not sure why it's showing only 0.3 on his second, or on his pit stop there. But he is going to come around and almost get to the white line, or yellow line. There he is. He is good, so let's get him in the booth here as we'll go on board with him while we talk to him here for just a moment. Mark Walls, you got a copy? Well, what happened there? The car or truck just break loose on you?
No, you know what? I just wasn't paying attention. That was just all driver error right there.
Well, we were wondering what happened, but besides the fact that you looped it around, you did a fantastic job of just looping it around and getting it back going. Obviously, putting some gunk on the tires, had to go get some fresh ones, but now you're back sitting in 11th place, last car in the lead lap. What is the strategy to get back to the front? Obviously, you're going to have to keep it clean, but you don't got to push it as hard as some others as you already locked in.
No, I'm just going to take it nice and slow and try to hold on to as much tire as I can. I got to get back up there, and it's one thing to get up there. It's another thing to make that pass, so I want to have tire for that.
Well, definitely got to have tire to make a pass back for the lead, but we'll see if that happens. I'm sure you'll be back up there before you know it, but we'll let you go, and hopefully we'll talk to you in the top 3 maybe later tonight.
All right.
That was the 48 of Mark Walls, who you saw it there, just all driver error, just spun around by himself. And he will have to start back at the back of this field now as we'll go back to our main camera, go to the front. That is almost good news for Jeff Stabnow. Again, while that is his teammate, and he never wants to see a teammate have something happen, that is a fierce competitor that he has to deal with. So having that competitor not on his back bumper anymore, that is a good scenario for Jeff Stabnow. As if the lights weren't off, we'd probably talk to him again as a competitor, not as a teammate. But I can guarantee you, having Mark back there, it's a good feeling knowing that one of the fastest drivers in this race is no longer right on his bumper. However, he knows in the back of his mind he is coming and he will be back before you know it. Pace car dives off. We're getting ready to get the green flag. There it is. Green flag is back out. Top 3 back on the ticker, and there you see right there on lap 3 was the fastest lap by Mark Walls with a 28.910. It was been quite a while ago. This track temp has dropped to 80 degrees. It has dropped 19 degrees since the start of the race. It's getting nice and cool as the caution comes out once again for Mark Walls again. Let's go back and take a look this time. What happened to Mark Walls this time around is the 2 times in a row, the 48 Walls Beardco machine of Mark Walls goes around, and this time having to play some checkup. There's the 48 and the 07 almost make contact. He has to check him up, and around he goes. So this time trying to avoid hitting anyone and ends up spinning it out, but still a good job to avoid getting into anyone. But the caution does come out once again here on lap 42. We'll see. Is Jeff Stabnow going to come down? We've had 10 laps, and I don't think he's going to. So let's pull Jeff in here one more time and take a chat with him. Jeff Stabnow, we got you one more time here in the booth.
Hey, Charles, how you doing, buddy?
Well, this time we got a different scenario. We just talked to you. We feel kind of crazy talking to you again. But this time, all teammates aside, you just lost one of the biggest competitors back down pit road again with 2 spins here, this time trying to avoid a wreck. But he's going to be coming back to the front in the back of your mind. But having him back there in 11th and 12th, does it give you a little bit of a breathing room knowing that you could be one of the fastest trucks and that is just one more spot closer to getting that win and locking in now?
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose, having Sean have problems, have Mark problems, having problems is probably giving me a little breathing room. I'm, not that I'm rooting for that. And it's not that, with a couple cautions here, I expect to see Sean back coming through the field here anytime now, back in the lead lap. And, Mark doesn't get rattled very easily. So I think he'll get his truck straightened out. And, we still got 80 laps to go. We'll be battling those guys again before this one's over.
Definitely. The good news for you is it'll take them some time to get up there, and they're going to have to wear those tires off to get there. So you have that going for you. Plus the fact the longer they're back there, the more laps you can lead, of course, and try to get some bonus points out of it. But this time we'll give you a few seconds to give some quick shout-outs. I know you got some people out there probably watching.
Well, I think the green flag long runs are my friend here, Charles, so these quick cautions aren't helping me. Shout-outs, as always, VRN and Walls Beard Co. Big shout-out to the teammates. We put quite a bit of work in prepping for this race. And, as always, the drivers in this league are just a fantastic group of guys. We have so much fun doing this. So as the season winds down, I'm sure we can all use a break, but it won't be too long before we're all itching to get back out here racing each other again.
Definitely. It's the curse. You want to break, but then you want to race. You just don't know what you want to do. But it looks like we're getting up and ready to go, so we'll let you go. And again, it looks like your shots of being a victory lane are just getting a little better.
All right. Thank you, Charles.
All right. Again, that was the 24, Jeff Stabno again. And if we get a caution here, we're going to talk to Chris White this coming time, see what his thoughts are. He is now back in contention, sitting in 6th place. So just like that, things change so rapidly here in the race, as just moments ago he was well back in this field, and now he's sitting in 6th place on the lead lap, and he very well could be in contention, as he was further back a little bit, still in a pretty good spot. Sean Brightsman being as far back as he is bad news for Sean, is this could hinder his chance. We'll see how the points shake down when it's all said and done, though. As right now, it is Jeff Stabnow that is on the gas pedal. Green flag is back out. It's Stabnow, Bennett, Johnson, 1, 2, 3. That is how they go, coming to the line. As we'll see what it's going to do. Look at this pack behind them. It's Bennett, Johnson, Hunt, Ottenbacher, all of them side by side. And it's going to be one of the Hunts, Jason Hunt, and Brett Johnson battling for 3rd place right now, as Brian Bennett has kind of walked away for 2nd place at the moment. But don't count him out just yet. Look at the field behind them. They are just super stacked up right back in this area, as nobody is giving it up just yet. They're all battling for one position, and so far it's just a top 10 finish is what everybody wants. A lot of these guys are not in the hunt for the championship. However, that guy right there, the 24 Jeff Stabnow, is in the hunt for the championship right now. We have several drivers that have been on pit road for an extended time, 2 that are currently there, as Sean Brightsman does take 13th place. Anthony Richmuth, is coming out of the pits now. He's been there for quite some time, 2 laps now. Doug Hunt has been there for 16 minutes. His night looks to be done, as we'll go and again look for some battles on this track. It looks like Brett Johnson may try to get by Jason Hunt, but he's going to have to try to do it on the outside. He can't do it, and look at him shaking and dicing through this field right now. Back further, Josh Coley to the inside. He's going to try to get up and make something happen with Jason Hunt if he can, but he's got Brett Johnson breathing all down his back, trying to get by him. But what a battle. Just an outstanding one for these guys. Jason Hunt, I am just flabbergasted how beat up that truck is, and he's still managing to hold on to a third-place finish right now. As beat up as they are, again, they say tough trucks and tough drivers for the real series. Well, that may come over here to the Northwest too, as that truck is beat all to pieces, but he's managing to hold off a fairly clean truck. I don't think he has any damage on the 33 of Josh Coley, so a good job for him to hold him off as we're on lap 50 of 125 right now. And at this moment, we have, again, less than, right there, 75 laps to go. So just a great battle going on so far. This is not the battle for the lead, though. This is a battle back here currently for about 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th going on in there. This is not the battle for the lead at the moment, and they're doing a fantastic job, as it looks like John Ottenbacher is going to try to go to the inside, but he couldn't quite make it stick. He'll have to settle back currently for 6th position. It was just an outstanding run for everybody involved here tonight. We'll see how this race goes. As far as time-wise, we've been here live on the air for about, I'd say about 40 minutes of racing time, and we are 52 laps in, so we're not quite at the halfway point yet, but we'll be getting there very soon. Is again 125 laps on the book. Let's go on board here with, let's go to Josh Coley, and let's go on board with him just for a minute and see what it's like, how bad he's fighting this steering wheel around this track. So we're going to go silent here, and we're going to go a couple of laps with Josh Coley here and just see what it is like for him going around this track. Alright, caution is out once again. Let's go ahead and get rid of that and go to our main camera here and see who it's for, as I don't see anybody off pace once again. They got it going here. Let's go back and look at Sean Brightsman as he's slowing down. Let's go to the back of this field and let's take a look. There it is, Chris White going around. As, we'll see. We knew it was back here towards the back. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to the 00 of Chris White. As you see from the blimp camera right there, something happened. Did he have contact with the 89 of John Ottenbacher, or did he just go around on his own? Oh, did he clip something there? I am not sure. Let's go back here another 15 seconds or so and see what possibly happened here. Again, keep an eye on the screen. No, it didn't. I thought there was something there he clipped, but there's not. Just gets it loose. Let's that one more time, see if we can get it from a different angle here and see what happened. Right there, just breaks loose on him and goes around. And luckily, everybody being able to avoid him as the caution is out. Everybody coming down pit road. No surprise there. Let's see. Can Jeff Stabnow beat his teammate off pit road this time? We're about to find out if he can or not. And easily beats his teammate off pit road. Now let's go ahead and get a hold of Chris White, as he's actually just now leaving pit road. Let's go on board with him real quick. When he gets past the cone there, we'll go ahead and pull him in, as there it is. We'll go ahead and grab him to the booth real quick. Chris White, you got a copy?
Yeah, Charles.
Well, unfortunately, it does not look like this race is going the way you wanted it here. Although we've seen you bounce back from an incident earlier today, so I don't think we're going to call this done yet. You're still on the lead lap, so do you have a fast repair left, or have you had to use that already?
I still have that available, thankfully. Yeah, it's been a rough start here for the first part of this race. That first little bunch there on lap 1, I'm not sure what happened. No caution came out for that. That kind of set us back, and I'm beginning to think that the cautions weren't working, and then a caution came out, bunched us back up, and we were running up there in the top 5 or 6. Then I'm not sure what happened there. The truck just got kind of loose there, and I tried to save it, and it kind of spun out there, and yeah, not going our way so far.
Well, right now it's a very tricky scenario. Obviously, you're sitting in 11th place. Sean Brightsman 13th, currently a lap down. So if you can gain a few more spots and get up there to the top 3, I think you have a decent shot with Brian Barnes not being here. That automatically should get you around 5th. So as long as you can pick up some more spots, it looks like you're still in a good spot with Brightsman having a little bad luck here tonight. So hopefully things will go your way, and we'll be talking to you, and you'll be in the Final 4.
Yeah, we'll see. It looks like we're going to be taking the green with 66 laps to go. Some of these guys have had trouble, like you said, the 46. I think the 48 spun around a couple times. I guess next would be the 24. I didn't say that out loud. But, yeah, hopefully we'll see you in the end.
All right, we'll let you go, and hopefully we'll.
Thanks, Charles.
All right, that was the 00 of Chris White. As we're going to get back to our main camera here, you can see the whole field is bunched together. As he said, 66 laps to go. As we're getting ready to get this thing going one more time. Green flag is back in the air. Top 3 back on your top of the ticker. It's Stabnow, Bennett, and Coley. Pretty much exactly how it was after the last caution. And it's Jeff Stabnow that has the advantage, as he was the leader here at the restart. But look at them all. They're still too wide. Here comes Bennett to the inside. We know Bennett's a fast driver. Bennett's going to get to the inside of Jeff Stabnow. Nobody has led any laps except for Jeff Stabnow and Mark Walls. And it's going to continue to be that way, as Brian Bennett unable to get to the lead. Unfortunate for him, he was just a little shy of getting the lead here. And it looks like we have the 12 coming off a pit road there of Jason Hunt, or kind of spun there. Something happened, but smoke was flying from his car, and it looks like he just kind of maybe got it loose. So we'll see. We currently have Doug Hunt on pit road. Anthony Richmuth still on pit road, as he's went back down again. And look at this battle going on here between Josh Coley, Mark Walls, and Brad Bennett. We said Mark Walls would be back. Jeff Stabnow could potentially lock in the most laps led to get that bonus point, and he'll need it. But right now, Josh Coley is Jeff Stabnow's best friend. He's saying, hold off that at 48. I know he's fast. I know he's going to have to wear off those tires to get to me. Unfortunately, the cautions have kind of helped him here just a little bit. But again, teammate or not, that 33 of Josh Coley is Jeff Stabnow's best friend right now, holding off this field. Or at least the 48 anyway. The 71 of Brian Bennett slides up real high on the track, and that's going to let John Ottenbacher potentially get by him. Is at the line? No, it's going to be the 71 of Brian Bennett that holds on to 4th place. But that battle is far from over. Here is we're on lap 64 of 125. And what a battle it's been all night long. As it's still plenty daylight out, but it's not as daylight as it was. And we want to point out, too, this track temp has went from 99 degrees to 79 degrees. It is very cold outside. As we'll pull this up real fast. Let's pull up your track map here, as we'll go to Jeff Stabnow. Is that who we are following? on the track here in a moment. We'll pull up your track facts here tonight. New Hampshire Motor Speedway, 4 turns, 1.03 miles long, 125 laps, 128 miles is what we have here tonight. Your track temp, as we've been saying, 79 degrees, air temp 76, wind 2 miles per hour out of the north. And do this, let's put all of those cars on there. You can see where everybody is. It's not real smooth, but it does the job. As you can see, they're all going to the back stretch now. And for the most part, everyone's right here together. You can see as they're going into turn 3, most of the group is together. That 33 is actually running in second place, so it's not 100% accurate on there. As unfortunately, that's just the way it is sometimes. We'll go ahead and get rid of that off your screen. Right now it is Jeff Stabnow leading here. He has now led 57 laps. He's trying to lock in the most laps led if he can. We'll see if he's able to do so. When it's all said and done, Josh Coley going to the outside. That's not good for Jeff Stabnow. That's going to let Mark Walls to the inside. And he will potentially get by him. Josh Coley's trying to hold him off. Ooh, comes down, but he stays off of him. But look how close they are. Mark Walls going around again for the 3rd time here tonight. Caution is out. Everybody dodging him here. And we'll go back and take a look at that and see what happened. We're going to go to the replay camera. We'll go up to the blimp cameras. We're going to have to go back a little bit further. There you'll see it right there. These two, the 33 and the 48, are battling extremely close. No contact was made right there, though. As you see, no contact was made. I think the air just got taken off of that truck, and there was just really nothing he could do. Let's go back and take another look. We'll see. We'll go to a different blimp camera here. Right there, he may have had to lock up the brakes a little bit as well. So once again, he gets back to the front, and the truck goes around. Let's see one more camera angle here. As we can see right there, the truck just goes around. No contact was made with anybody. As everyone does a good job of avoiding him as we go back to live. No surprise, everybody coming down pit road once again, as we expect them to come down every time they can. As Jeff Stabnow now has the fastest lap here just a few laps ago, so we'll take a look at that here in a moment. We'll talk to Josh Coley and see what his thoughts are. What was happening down there is we didn't see any contact, just some hard racing between the 33, the 48, and the 24. I think the 48 just had to check up a little more than he wanted to. He had the 24 in front and the 33 on his outside, and in the end, that was not the best case scenario for anyone. As the 48 went around, and it looks like everyone's going to come out, but Josh Coley's going to lose one spot here to the 71 of Brian Bennett. Let's go on board here with Josh Coley as we'll pull him to the booth real quick and take a quick word with him. Josh Coley, you got a copy?
Hey, Charles, I got you.
Well, we were just watching that little incident on the track, and going to get your thoughts on it. We didn't see any car contact between you and the 48 or you and the 24 or anyone, so give us the driver's perspective. What happened down there? It looked like maybe just the air got pushed off of the 48.
The 48 came in the corner real hot, and I think his car got unsettled, and it upset his exit, was what it looked like to me. I didn't see any contact. He may have been checking up to try not to get back to into the back of the 24, but looks like his car just got unsettled on the exit and came around on him.
Oh, being that it went around like that, when you're battling there, for the lead, kind of, as you were battling, with Jeff Stabnow, essentially, does it scare you any at all to look over and see a car or truck spinning next to you when you're in second and third place?
Yeah, I thought for sure there was going to be some contact, but luckily we made it through unscathed. So, Truck's feeling good. I think we might have a chance tonight.
Well, definitely it looks like you got a chance here to get the win. Not in the chase anymore, but still, obviously, a win is a win. So you got any shout-outs and sponsors you want to thank before we let you go?
I got to thank Walls Beard Co. for hosting the Little League, VRN for the awesome broadcast, and then White Knuckle Racing. It looks like all three of our trucks are running good tonight, so that's cool.
All right, well, hopefully we'll be talking to you a little later tonight.
All right, thank you, Charles.
All right, that was the 33 of Josh Coley after a wild little incident there. No contact was made. That was purely going around on his own there for the 48. Obviously, could have been checking up there. But we're going to get off of this and go back to our main camera as the pace car is diving in. And the green flag is out once again, and we are racing top three back up there here for the Walls Beard Co. 125 at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And once again, Jeff Stab now with a huge jump, and he is able to get to the front. But here comes the 33 of Josh Cully, and oh, contact, big pile up back here. And caution is out once again, and this time the 71 getting turned from third place. Let's go back and take a look. Right here is the restart. Let's go and take a look. I'm not sure if the 89 was the culprit here of John Ottenbacher, or if it was somebody else, or if we'll see. Netcode involved in that one. As you see there, they were not actually touching when that one went around. As we'll take one more look at that, you can see from the camera angle we're looking at, you can see they were not technically touching when the 89 and the 71 did collide. Whether one went up or down is really irrelevant at this point, as that was a big-time little netcode there is right there. You see they were not even touching until the 71 was in front of the 89. So netcode being a little bit of a problem in that one, as the caution is out once again. So unfortunate cautions, breeding cautions here tonight. Neither one of them in the chase. So we're going to go ahead and step away for a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
Say command.
What is the weather like in LA?
The weather is clear in LA.
What is the weather like in New York?
The weather is rain in New York.
Use flow mode.
Flow.
Say hello, TT.
Hello, TT.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as the caution is just about over. So we are set to go racing once again here on lap 78 of 125. We are approaching the lap 100 mark. This race is closing down very quickly. Green flag is back in the air. Top three back up on your ticker, and we are racing once again here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the Northwest Truck Series here on Virtual Racing Network. This is the Walls Beard Co. 125, and now that we've seen a few cautions, this track is getting darker and darker. The lights may come on. We may actually have to see those lights come on here tonight. We'll see. Right now you can still see sun on the stands, but it's getting a little dark on the track, so we'll see if they do come on later on tonight. They're not on yet, and I'm not even sure they have them, actually, if I'm staying corrected. So I am standing corrected. There are not lights here, so if this gets dark, we're in trouble, as we still have quite a few laps to go, and the cautions are starting to come in. So no light poles here at New Hampshire. I had completely forgot, as it completely spaced my mind. But there are no lights here, so if this gets dark, it's going to get really dark for these drivers and become a pain to see. As Mark Wall's still on the lead lap, back up to 6th place. He has got to fight his way back through this field, as he is currently battling with the 00 of Chris White. Both of them chase drivers, not having the night they wanted at all here, not the night they expected. But I wouldn't count either one of them out just yet, as they were side by side. As now Mark Walls is going to go up to 4th place. Sean Brightsman, what a recovery for this man here. Going from 3 laps down, he's on the lead lap and battling for 8th position right now, as he's trying to get by Steve Silstad and Brett Johnson. So again, he goes from 3 laps down after a race, or lap 1 incident here in the race, where he literally was hung in the fence and could not move, had to tow, and no caution came out, and now look at him battling for 8th. What a battle for him. Let's go up just a little bit. As there's your race leader, followed by 2nd place. Oh, look, there's Mark Wall sitting in 3rd place already. We'll see as a cloud has rolled over and cast some shadows here. 78 degrees is your track temp. It is dropping and dropping the more we go through this race. The colder this track is getting, and it is getting extremely cold here for this track. Again, considering we started at 99 degrees. And laptop fans typically do help a little bit. You still would need somewhere to set it that it could get good airflow underneath. But they do tend to help a little bit. As we'll look here, let's go a little further back in this field. Look at this group. Chris White, Steve Silson, John Ottenbacher, Sean Brightsman, Brett Johnson, battling going on, and teammates battling. This time John Ottenbacher, one with the damage. Sean Brightsman kind of, I don't know if I could say he's got a shot at a top 5, but he's got a decent truck and he's used his fast repair, so he does have a nice clean truck as well. He's currently sitting in 6th, so maybe I could see a top 5 for him if he can get by Steve Silstad, but Steve has been so good all night long. This will be a chore if he wants to get by him. Steve is not just going to let him by. Again, Steve has been great. Well, while we have this little break here, let's take a minute here. We want to thank everyone for tuning in here tonight. I know it's a late night broadcast going on 12 o'clock. And we still have plenty of racing to go, so we'll probably be here till at least, I would say, another 30 minutes or so worth of racing. Keep in mind, we're running 30-second laps, 29, 30-second laps, so we're roughly running to, well, just under 2 laps a minute. Depending on the tire wear, we could be running exactly right at 2 laps a minute, so laps are winding down still fairly quickly here as we're on lap 87 of 125. Now we've had a few cautions here for tonight's race as well. As we'll pull those up, we've had 6 cautions for 23 laps. Still, the majority of this race has been under green flag conditions. Chris White up to third, Mark Walls sitting in fourth. Those two seem to be battling just non-stop here tonight. They've just been duking it out over and over again here in this race. Both of them having not the greatest luck here as well. So we'll see how this one plays out. As we're going to let you watch this battle here. We're going to go silent for a minute just to let you watch this battle. Alright, there you have it. That battle has pretty much fizzled itself out as the 48 of Mark Walls takes third place from the 00 of Chris White. We'll see, based on how they run, it looks like Sean Brightsman getting his laps back is in contention. So as they run right now, going in to the final round, this is our rough napkin math. We are predicting this is how the race will go. It will be Mark Walls, Jeff Stabnow, Sean Brightsman, and Josh Coley in fourth. And I made the assumption, I said Josh Coley was not in a chase. He was going for a win. I think corrected that was in the Xfinity Series, so I do apologize to him for that, as I believe that is the Xfinity Series where he is not in the chase right now. Let me confirm that for sure. And it is indeed, it is in the Xfinity Series that he is not in the chase. So Josh Coley actually sitting in fourth place in this chase, so we'll have to apologize for him, as right now your top 5 drivers, let's go ahead and go through that real fast. Your top 5 drivers as of right now are all 5 chase drivers. One of these guys isn't going to make it to round 4 or round 3 for the final 4. And as they run right now on the track, that would be the 00 of Chris White. And Jeff Stabnow obviously leading this race. He'll get the win. He's already in second place. Josh Coley sitting in second place. Mark Walls third. Chris White fourth. And Sean Brightsman sitting in fifth place right now. So top 5 having to be in the chase as of right now. But the one that wouldn't make it would be Chris White, as he is the furthest back. He needed to have a good finish, and right now he's putting together a decent run, but Sean Brightsman is one spot behind him, so that is not going to be enough. He needs Sean Brightsman to have a much worse night than he's having right now, as Sean Brightsman is doing a fantastic job of hanging on after all the craziness that has ensued here. Both of them being involved in that first lap wreck that did not bring out a caution because they were off the racing surface. So that was unfortunate for both of them, but both of them have recovered very well to currently be in 4th and 5th position. So we'll take a little bit further look back in this field. We'll see, it's the the 07 of Dana Rogers and the 26 of Ray Fournier. Both of them are the last 2 on the lead lap. And Ray Fournier is trying to run down Dana Rogers to get 9th position away. And we'll take a look when they get to the line just how close they are to potentially going a lap down, if they're close at all. There's the line. that they're crossing, and there is your race leader. So I don't think they're in too jeopardy of going race down or lap down, not a race, a lap down anytime soon. They're at least 3/4 of the track ahead of Jeff Stabenow. Josh Coley still trying to get up there. Just unfortunate that he has not been able to yet. I think he's got a fast truck, just not enough to get up there. The fastest lap was on lap 79, and that was set by Jeff Stabenow with a 28.792. So another very fast time for Jeff Stabenow. So just an outstanding run for him. Mark Walls, though, 3rd place. He's kind of hit a brick wall. I think his tires are pretty much shot, as he again has been up and down all day in this race, trying to just make something happen here, try to make it go 3 races in a row to win all 3 chase races, but or 3 chases in round 2, but it just hasn't quite worked out for him, or working out for him here. He has won 2, but so far this 3rd one seems to be a bit elusive, as he just isn't able to get up there and make something happen, make the win happen. So he's still trying. Don't count him out yet. Mark Wall's a fast driver, so I expect to see him battling for the lead, especially if we get a caution here in the next little bit, as we will have 25 laps to go when they get to the line. So an outstanding battle here for a couple of positions. Here comes Mark Walls trying to take 2nd place away. So once again, let's go on board here with the 48. Well, maybe, it's not even going to happen, as the 48 of Mark Walls is going to just drive right on by the 33 there like he's standing still. So let's give you an idea of what it's like to be here with Mark Walls of this truck that's been ill handling, has been spinning. Let's go on the helmet cam here real quick as we go radio silent. See what it's like to be on the helmet cam here just to drive one of these machines. Caution is out as we're on board with Brett Johnson. Let's go back outside of the car here and see what happened as the caution does come out once again here with Brett Johnson involved. Let's go take a look. What happened here with Brett Johnson, and was the 89 of John Ottenbacher involved? And right there, I don't even know if they actually touched until right then when they just did. Let's go back and take another look here from a different camera angle to see if there was indeed contact between the two, as we have 20 laps to go when they get to the line. And was there contact made between these two here? As we're trying to get a good camera angle to see. The fence is in the way there, but it's going out of the picture here, and we'll see. Indeed, contact was made. The 7 of Brett Johnson slides up into the 89 of John Ottenbacher, spins them both around. Caution is out here once again at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. As we'll see, no surprise, everybody's coming down pit road. This is going to be a do-or-die scenario if you are Jeff Stabenow. You have to get out in front of Mark Walls. This is the moment of truth. If you've ever had a perfect pit stop, this is when it's going to be. 2 tires going on the right side. Will anybody take just 2 tires? We're about to find out. No, right side going up, or left side's going up anyway, 4, but it's not going to matter. It's going to be Jeff Stabnow that gets out front first. It was a just amazing 13.9 second stop, so we're going to talk to him one last time here before the post-race show, assuming he's going to be in it. Let's go down there. We may go crank it up one more time. Let's go to the roll bar camera one last time. Here's we've talked to several drivers throughout the night, and we're going to talk to Jeff one more time. Jeff, we got you for one last time here tonight. As we watched the pit stops, you needed a solid stop here. 13.9 seconds. Probably the fastest stop you've had all night. Did you know you needed it, and how did you do to execute it? What did you do?
Yeah, we just focused, paid attention, made sure we hit our marks, carried speed down pit road, and I mean, that was it. Feel like we got a gut punch here with that caution. No caution, this thing goes green for another 10-15 laps. I think we got it in the bag, but here we go, fresh tires. We'll see if we can hang on.
Well, cautions breed caution, so at this point you would rather see the long green flag run before. Now, does it change? Maybe do you want to see a quick caution or two come out to cut those laps down and make them stay behind you under caution laps so that you can only have to hold them off for a very few green flag runs or laps?
It's hard to say. It really depends on if we can get away up front here. I can certainly drive this thing a lot faster than I've driven it on those early laps here so far, but you really run the risk of breaking the rear end loose and spinning here, and that's the last thing I want to do right now. So we'll see. Maybe we can get a big lead on this restart here and gap the field, in which case hopefully we can hang on long enough, and if we don't, then I guess you're right. We'll be hoping for caution further behind us.
We'll be watching. We'll get you back up there, and again, we'll be talking to you later.
All right.
All right, that was the 24 Jeff Stabnow. For the last time, we'll be talking to him here. I'm sure he's got this thing almost wrapped up. We're not going to say he officially does, because he does not. He's got, well, about 10 drivers behind him that would love to get the win here. Several of those, the 48, the 46, the 00, and the 33, your top 5 that are in the chase right now would love to upset that and get the win and lock themselves in, as he gets a nice jump, and he's going to have to get to the bottom to protect, and he does just that. You don't want to get all the way to the bottom, but he does get the lead he needs to go here with 17 laps to go, and he's got himself in a good position here because Mark Walls is coming, but so is Josh Coley. These two battling side by side. That could spell disaster if they get together, bring out the caution. He has even less laps. He has to defend this lead. Mark Walls, however, trying to make it 3 for 3 here tonight, so do not count him out just yet. He has had an up and down night, and he wants to end it on a high note going into the season finale. He would love to take the momentum of 3 straight wins here in this race, but the question is, can he do it? Right now, I'm not going to say he can, but I'm not going to say he can't either. He's right there on the back bumper of his teammate, trying to run him down as they now have 15 laps to go. Jeff did say long green flag runs were his friend. Right now, I don't know if I'd call 15 laps long, but he has a nice sizable lead, as we'll go ahead and put your top 3 back up on the top. 0.233 seconds is the gap right now from first to second. 0.966 to third. So first and second, a very sizable lead, but here goes Mark Walls to the inside. Can't get him at the line. He's going to dive it to the inside. Those two are not going to give it up without a fight, and it's going to be, I don't know who it's going to be. Oh, contact made. They both go around. Jeff Stabnow hard into the wall. Mark Walls hard into the wall. No caution. There it is. Caution is out. Wrecking between teammates here. as both the 48 of Mark Walls and the 24 Jeff Stabnow go around. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened with the spotter cam here. As we are up here, let's see if we can get another view. Right, I think it's right coming up here. Contact made. Looks like the 48 slides up, and Jeff Stabnow hard into the inside wall. Mark Walls able to get away from it. Still damaged, but not quite as much. That is not going to set well, I can promise you that. Teammates will be nice to each other, but that was just devastating for Jeff Stabnow, who led 102 laps here tonight. Now this changes things all up. Two fastest drivers sitting out, well, not out of the race, but they're faking it on pit road over there. Mark Walls has to go down. Jeff Stabnow has to go down, as he looked like he may have had to tow. So we'll see. It looks like he has indeed had to tow. Sean Brightsman, though, your new race leader. Let's go ahead and let's talk to Sean Brightsman real fast here as we'll get down to the roll bar cameras. I don't think he's going to come down pit road, so let's talk to Sean Brightsman. Sean Brightsman, you got a copy?
Got a copy, sir.
Well, we would normally be talking to people in the wreck, but we're going to avoid that scenario right now. We're going to bring you down here and talk to you, as I'm sure it's not the best of circumstances up there. But you kind of acquired the lead here now. Talk about a roller coaster of a night, and not even a smooth one. This race has been straight up and straight down, and really no in between. But here you are leading the race now.
Yeah, it's definitely been a roller coaster with a big cliff on lap one. Yeah, it's definitely been a tough night. I'm just happy that we could get the Walls-Beer Co. Toyota Tundra up in to position one, and hopefully we can seal the deal here at New Hampshire, one of my favorite tracks. So.
Definitely crazy. You won't have many laps. You'll have less than 10 laps, probably about 8 or so laps to go to defend this lead. So you've been racing around Josh Coley and Chris White pretty much all night. So if you had to say, how hard do you think it's going to be to hold off those two? And do you think you have the truck here to do it?
I think I do. Coley's been fast though on the short run, so I kind of have to hit my marks, make sure I'm smooth, and make him pass me clean. And really, if he puts a lot of effort into it, I may just think about the chase and try to make it to Homestead. So it's like I said, it's been an up and down night, and it's just. It's going to be a tough one with Josh Coley and Chris Wright, who's also knocking on the door to get into the playoffs, or the championship four.
Well, definitely is, but it looks like the lights are off, so we'll let you go, and it looks like we'll be talking to you in the top three, possibly in Victory Lane later tonight.
All right, thanks, Charles.
All right, again, that it was the 46 of Sean Brightsman, as we are going to let those two sort it out. That was a team incident there. Unfortunate that it happened, but that is 2 weeks in a row that teammates have got together here while leading the race. So this time it was a lot worse than it was last time. It was a little beating and banging going on. This time both of them into the inside wall. They're both back on the track now. Mark Walls on the lead lap. Jeff Stabnow, again, a heartbreaker for Jeff Stabnow after leading 102 laps, leading the race. Didn't want the caution to come out. It came out, and now he is sitting here 2 laps down after having the tow, but the green flag is back out. 9 laps to go here in the race. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be the 46, the 33, of the 00, or could somebody else sneak up here and snatch this win away? Josh Coley going to the inside. He's going to make a move to make the lead. He's not going to be able to do it. He's going to have to back off, and it's getting a little dark out there as well. So we'll see. The lights, again, there are none. So if it gets dark, the 07 going around. Caution is out. We'll go back and look at Dana Rogers as the caution does come out once again. And I'm pretty sure this was a self-spin here. No! Jeff Stabnow gets into the 07, trying to get by. Again, just racing hard, trying to get back to the front, get some laps back here after a disappointing finish. Let's go back and take one more look at this here as we'll figure out exactly what happened. It looked like the 24 slid up just a little bit, but it could have been the 07 coming down. That's why we need to take another look at it and see. And looking at it that angle, it looks more like the 07 was coming down a little bit. The 24 trying to apex the corner here, as you'll see one more angle here. Look at the white lines. And I don't know, maybe the 07 of Dana Rogers didn't quite have that corner apex the way Jeff Stabnow thought he was going to go. And not only that, Jeff Stabnow now going to get an unsafe pit entrance on top of it all. Here as we have 7 laps to go. So we're going to step away to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't thought the end of this race was crazy yet, well then strap in, because it's about to get wild. 4-lap shootout coming your way. As it's been ramping up and coming to this point, this will determine who makes it to the final 4. If something happens to the 46 or the 33 and that 00 wins, this could turn everything up on its head, upside down, and we could have a crazy finish. You know Chris White is going to do everything in his power to try to get that to happen. Green flag is back out. 4-lap shootout right here to go. 4 to go in tonight's race. Chris White going to have to try to get clear of the 45. He does that. Now it's all up to those front 3. Can they make it happen? Chase drivers 1, 2, and 3. Brightsman, Coley, and White is how they run. It's kind of in their hands right now as they get clear of everybody else. Sean Brightsman out front. Josh Coley running second. Chris White running in third, but he may take second from Coley here in a minute. We'll see. Coley is able to hold him off. 3 laps to go as it's going to look like the 00. Chris White going to look to the inside. Not going to happen. Mark Wall sitting on pit road now, 2 laps down, so his night is done. He will not be coming back out here And now the 00 of Chris White having his hands full with the 45 of Steve Silstad. Josh Coley sitting in second place. Still Brightsman out front, coming to the line. It's going to be 2 laps to go. This is where Coley and White need to make their move. They need to make something happen if they're going to. If they don't, then it is all over, and it's going to your leader currently, Sean Brightsman, after a just roller coaster of a night for pretty much everybody here except for Josh Coley, who's been in second or third in the top 5 pretty much all night long. As a disappointing finish for Jeff Stabnow, who's back out on the track, but 3 laps down. 1 lap to go, presented by Northwest Racing Series. As it is, of course, a nice little battle here. It looks like Chris White's going to try to make a last-ditch effort here to the inside of Josh Coley. He's not. He's going to settle for third here, at least at the moment. There is your race leader coming to the line. I thought we were going to have contact there, but your race winner is going to be the 46 of Sean Brightsman, followed by Josh Coley and Chris White. Going to be your top 3 drivers here in tonight's race. What a race it was. Just outstanding battles going on. I can almost promise you we had some bent fenders and some flared tempers here that were not going to be settled anytime soon, as it was a crazy night. Sean Bright's going right into doing some celebrating here, as we're going to go ahead and get to your unofficial race results. Getting away with the win here tonight is going to be the 46 of Sean Brightsman, the 33 of Josh Coley taking second, and third place goes to the 00 of Chris White. Fourth place will go to the 45 of Steve Stillstad. Fifth place will go to the 89 of John Ottenbacher. Sixth place will be Brett Johnson. Seventh place, Dana Rogers. Eighth place, Ray Fournier. Ninth place, Anthony Richmuth. 10th place, Jeff Stabnow, after a disappointing finish here, leading 102 laps. 11th place will go to Mark Walls. 12th place will go to Ryan Maines. 13th place, Brian Bennett. 14th place, Jason Hunt. And 15th place, Doug Hunt. That will do it for your unofficial race results. We'll be right back here in just a few moments as we talk to our top 3 drivers. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here with the post-race show, as we have our top 3 drivers here in the booth with us, 2 of which Roller Coaster describes it. One of them pretty much a flat line all the way here, but we'll be talking about who is who here in a minute. Of course, in third place here tonight is going to be the 00 of Chris White. And I'm not sure how all this is going to work out after it's all said and done. We're going to find out here shortly. But started 7th, went as low as 13th, and finished 3rd. Just give us a rundown of what this race was like for you here, Chris, as it seems pretty brutal on a lot of people.
Yeah, Charles, it certainly does. Just had the mindset to come in here and just kind of focus. Had a solid truck, and then lap one happened. That little wreck on the back stretch, and the caution didn't come out. And unfortunately, I thought I was going to be done at that point, playing catch up from there, and then the caution came out a little while after that, so we got bunched back up, and we were back in it there for a little while.
Oh, definitely up and down night here for you. To go from 7th to 13th to 3rd, just all over the place when it came to the race itself. And we'll know here if you officially made it in or not. I have a feeling it's going to be fairly close with how it all played itself out. If you made it into the top 4, but even if you didn't make it into the top 4 for the final race, still a great season here for you. You did an outstanding job. So before we get to your shout-outs and sponsors here, just give us a rundown of how this season went for you. Obviously, it was a good one. And, what do you plan to do during this little off-season?
Well, first and foremost, it's fun to come out here and race every week. It gets frustrating at times. It's tough. It's tough in this series, especially with the open sets and lacking the setup knowledge and whatnot. I wish I had the extra time to participate in more of the setup sessions to learn a little more. But that's kind of the gist of it. I'm a single truck team. But I'm here at SimStar Motorsports. I've come in, I've enjoyed it. I've been, I think I've missed one race this entire 2 seasons of 2018 coming into 2019 here. A lot of fun. And, I think we're out of it. I think I needed to win that race with Sean winning. I think he's in now. And Josh finished very well there in second, so I believe he's in. And Mark's definitely in. So I think if it comes down to it, it's between me and Jeff led a lot of laps. And unfortunately for him, he finished a little bit back there, but I think he still got me. As for the off season, I'm just going to relax, just catch my breath, maybe do a little bit of practice, and get ready for the next season.
Yeah, we do have the official scoring in, and just one spot shy in 5th place, but still an outstanding season here. Get to relax here, go to just for the win next week, so nothing on the line there. So we know you got some sponsors and shout-outs, so who would those be?
Certainly myself with SimStar Motorsports on the 00 Chevy Silverado. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep working at it and come back strong in the next season. Try to finish this season off strong. I got to thank you, Charles, with VRN, Virtual Racing Network. Awesome broadcast every week, as always. I got to thank Mark Walls with Walls Beard Co. If you have a beard, definitely check them out, wallsbeardco.com. And definitely got to congratulate Sean there on the win in this one, and definitely congratulate the top 4, and good luck to them going into next week.
Well, definitely congrats on 3rd, finishing in 1 spot ahead in 2nd place. Didn't lead any laps, started 6th, only got as low as 9th. That is the 33 of Josh Coley. I don't know when you fell to 9th place, but it must not have been for very long. Because you pretty much stayed in the top 3, top 4, maybe top 5 pretty much all night. Compared to everyone it seems around you, I'm not sure what you had some kind of magic spell on that truck. You kept it clean and really didn't get involved in anything. We talked about one person or 2 people being the roller coasters and one person being more of a flat line. Definitely you weren't dead out there, but it was about a straight line. There was no ups and downs really for you. So what did you do to keep that car nice and clean and avoid everything?
Yeah, I just tried to find a spot in line there, and I'm just not getting involved in anybody else's in hard racing. I just wanted to save the truck for the end, and luckily it kind of worked out in my favor.
Well, it definitely did work out for you here. And, of course, looking at the point standings here, you did manage to squeak a 4th place 211 points out. So you are moving on to the final four. Before we get to your sponsors, of course, we'll keep it simple. What do you think your odds are of getting in or to winning that race next week? And if you do win it and win the championship, then what are you going to do to celebrate it?
Well, I might hear some hooting and hollering on the radio if I end up winning that deal. I don't know. It's tough to win in this series, so we're going to try hard. We've been running really good the last couple of weeks, and we're going to try to keep that momentum going. And I'm feeling good about it. I feel like our setup will be competitive, and hopefully just need a little bit of luck, and we're doing what we need to do, I think. It just once we start winning, I hope it continues.
Oh, definitely doing a good job. And we know you got some sponsors on that car, and shout-outs to who would those be for that second-place finish?
I got to thank Walls Beard Co., of course, VRN for broadcasting the races, the White Knuckle Racing crew, first year together. We've pretty well made a statement that we're just getting started, so we're excited about next season and finishing out this season and what the future holds. And also got to thank CRT Small Engine Repair for helping pay the bills.
There you have it. Congrats on second place. Congrats on moving to the Final Four next week. And speaking of moving on to the Final Four, we know he's moving on. That is tonight's race winner, the 46, Sean Brightsman. You only led 14 laps, and you got the win when two of your teammates collide together on the track for the second week in a row. And this time, you are the benefactor. So first and foremost, congrats on the win and moving on. Secondly, do you think you had the truck to beat him, or was there unfortunate mistake your sealing fate to get you the win tonight?
I definitely think their unfortunate fate was definitely for me sealing the victory. Jeff and Mark were both blazing fast. I just seemed a little bit off tonight. Couldn't quite turn the laps they were doing. Couldn't get the truck to turn the way I wanted to and get on the gas as soon as I wanted to. So I think they definitely had the better trucks tonight, and unfortunately for them, they didn't get to showcase that with a good finish.
They say sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. I tend to agree with that a little, but I disagree here tonight. You were good enough to put yourself in the position to get that luck. So it kind of a 50-50 split here. You put yourself in a good position, and you took advantage of some misfortune and made it your fortune. So just, we already talked to you during the race. So not much to recap on that. We talked about the complete cliffhanger that was lap one, and then pretty much a up and down roller coaster. No little mediums in there. It was just you were in a wreck or up at the front. There was no real in betweens, but in the end, you win. You're locked in, going to the Final Four. So if you win it, what are you gonna do to celebrate it with?
Man, I think I'm definitely gonna be hooting and hollering, as Josh said. I really don't know. It's been a long time since I've won a proper championship, and with the class of field that we're in, and the four drivers are going in, it's anybody's game. It's definitely gonna be a fun race. I know we're all gonna try our hardest, and whoever's going to come on top, I know is going to be celebrating like no other, and it's definitely going to be fun. I'd like to be the one doing it and shouting and screaming, and hopefully waking up my wife because I've won the championship. So,
well, there you have it, hooting and hollering and waking up the wife when you win. So nothing wrong with that. We know you got some sponsors and shout-outs, so who would those be here for that win tonight?
Just got to thank everybody at Wicked Chassis Racing, our team sponsor, Walls Beard Co., Virtual Racing Network, as well as Central Welding Supply. Thank you, everybody, for helping us with this victory.
All right. Well, again, congrats on the win. We're not done just yet, folks. We still have one more piece of business to take care of here for tonight. Of course, that is to thank all the sponsors that come on board here for this series, ourselves here at VRN, and of course, Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm playing double duty here for the broadcast as well, and as well as Northwest Racing Series. RaceOnTexas.com, SimSpeedShop.com, iBog, and Racecore. Make sure you check out all of these great partners on their social media sites. Until then, we will see you at the next broadcast, as we are actually going to be helping out tomorrow night with a Team VLR Midnight Madness, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel for that. Until then, we'll see you this actually Monday, as we're off Sunday. So we'll see you after the Midnight Madness tomorrow night. We'll see you on Monday night.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be used in any form without the authorized written consent of Virtual Racing Network. VRN would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.